everybody, welcome back to Habitat Kitchen. I'm Andrew Beauchamp. Today we're making granola bars, homemade granola bars. We actually just finished our last store-bought granola bar a few days ago, and I'm so happy that we're able to now start making our own homemade version, and we get to eliminate all that waste because they're literally loaded with waste. Each one of them is individually wrapped, and you eat one. They're meant to be eaten at least one a day for a snack to hold you over to your next meal. Some people eat two at a time. That just means you're throwing out two wrappers at once. And I don't like just, throwing out stuff that's just going to be tossed into our landfill. It bothers me. So let's make our homemade version and eliminate some of that waste. Come on, guys, let's get started. Remember, these are so easy to make. And I can put whatever I want into them. I can make them healthier. I can make them a little bit more junk foody one week if I wanted to. You can really do anything with them, which is what I love about it. This one I'm going for a little bit more of a health conscious one. Let's go over all the ingredients. We have 1.5 cups of oats that I have just simply toasted in the oven, laid flat on a cookie tray, toasted them for 10 minutes at 350 and pulled them out, let them cool, and I just put them in this bowl. And that's going to be one of our base kind of ingredients. And another one of our base will be these puffed quinoa. I think it's actually a cereal. If you can't find the puffed quinoa, you can also go for something like a Rice Krispie or even just more of the granola. I got this at Bulk Barn, but you can totally, I've seen it other places too. And then you're going to want 1 cup of that, 1/2 cup of honey, 1/4 cup of coconut oil, and then 1/2 cup of each roasted sunflower seeds, pumpkin seeds also roasted, and for my fruit I am doing 1/2 cup of dried cranberries and 1/2 cup of shredded coconut. We're going to put together all of our dry ingredients, mix them together, make sure that they are fully combined and there's no separation between ingredients. And then we're going to take our 1/4 cup of coconut oil and put that into our glass container of honey. And we're actually just going to put this into the microwave for about 30 seconds, just long enough to let oil fully melt. Take it out, stir it, add in your vanilla extract to this, along with the cinnamon. Give it a good stir, make sure it's all fully combined. If you wanted to make this recipe vegan, you could totally take out the honey and add in the same amount of maple syrup or agave syrup, and that will work the exact same. If you use the maple syrup, you're obviously going to get a maple flavor, which I completely welcome. I know I have made this with the maple syrup and it tastes delicious. So give it a try. From here, I got all of my dry ingredients together from before. I'm just going to pour this over it. All of it. Make sure not to waste any, because remember, this is what's going to combine everything together. So make sure to scrape your container. Perfect. And then I'm going to use my larger rubber spatula to then finish mixing everything together. And make sure everything's fully mixed. You want that syrup to be fully coating all of your ingredients. You don't have to worry about over mixing this part. Oh, and it smells so good. I'm starting to smell the cinnamon. I can smell that honey and the vanilla. And this isn't going to stick together. Right now it looks very crumbly and it just falls apart, and that's completely fine because we have to put this in the oven to bake. But we need to put it into our pans first. I like to use loaf pans. These are 11 by 5 loaf pans. I have 2 of them. If you don't have a loaf pan this size, that's okay. You can just use one large casserole dish. This one is, this one's 13 by 9. The reasoning why I like to use these two is because, first off, it's easier whenever you go to cut them, and you need to press down the bar. So I'm actually going to use the bottom of each pan to help press it in, and I'll show you how to do that. But the first thing we need to do is actually divide this mixture in half, but just kind of eyeball it. And then we're gonna put each half into each pan, and I'll bring you down on the table to show you how I'm gonna do that. So they're both lined and greased. But I'm gonna just put half of this mixture in one half. And then the other half in the other pan. Perfect. So this is how I like to press it in the pan. If you don't have two pans the same size, you can either use your hands, but I would suggest just slightly oiling your hands so the sugar mixture doesn't stick to your hands. What I'm gonna do is just take this extra piece of parchment, lay it on top of the bars to give it a protection for the bottom of this pan. And I'm just gonna set my pan, because they fit together, top, and I'm just gonna squeeze down as hard as I can on all sides. And now we have two flattened bars that are ready to go in the oven. They're gonna go into the oven at 350 for 15 minutes. And then afterwards, we're gonna take them out, let them cool completely before we try touching them. Because if you touch them while they're still warm, they will fall apart. We need these to set before we start cutting them or moving them. Let's put them in the oven, guys. I'm just gonna take a knife and just push on the sides of my pan to help release the bar. That seems right. And then you're just gonna wanna, I always like to leave these two kind of wings to help me pull it out. You can kind of lift one side up, lift the other to make sure it's not sticking. And you should be able to lift the bar right out. Perfect. I'll turn it sideways. And now these are ready to be cut. And how I like to cut it is very simple. I like to just go straight in the middle. Perfect. And then cut each one of those halves in half. Same thing, half. And then in half again. We got a little granola bar. I have them all jarred up, and don't they look beautiful in a jar like this? I'm so happy we've started making our own granola bars. It's a large factor in our waste, since we do have a lot of little snacks like that. And the more that I can make, the more we can reduce waste in our landfills. So I'm so happy I can do this recipe and share it with you guys. I hope you liked this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And follow us on Instagram at Drew's Habitat. Until next time, guys. Have a good one. Bye.